Good day to everyone. My name is Mark Lester S. Chico, and today we are going to learn Embracing Mathematics, Learning Basic Operations by Heart. So let's start. For the introduction, just like I said, my name is Mark Lester S. Chico. I am currently 19 years old and I am first year college studying in Mapua University. I like mathematics, video games, and anime. If you may ask, my course right now is civil engineer because I dream of being one and I like drawing as well. Moving on for the overview, the four basic operations in mathematics are addition, subtraction, multiplication, and division. We will cover each one of them after this slide. For the first operation, which is addition. Addition is the process of adding two or more items together. In math, addition is the method of calculating the sum of two or more numbers. It is a primary arithmetic operation that is used commonly in our day-to-day life. One of the most common uses of addition is when we work with money, calculate our grocery bills, or calculate the time. Next, for the addition symbol is one of the widely used math symbols. So given this example, 2 plus 3 equals 5. The addition symbol consists of one horizontal line and one vertical line. It is also known as the addition sign or the plus sign. Next, for the addition formula. The addition formula that we use to write an addition fact is addend plus addend equals sum, where first, addends are the numbers that are added on which the addition operation is performed. Second, sum is the final answer that we get after addition. Third, for the symbol, we use two symbols while performing addition. One is a plus sign and the other is the equal to sign. For the addition properties, we have three. The first one is the commutative property. According to this property, the sum of two or more addends remains the same irrespective of the order of the addends. Here is the example. 8 plus 7 is equals to 15 and 7 plus 8 equals to 15 as well. Next is the associative property. According to this property, the sum of 3 or more addends remains the same irrespective of the grouping of the addends. Here in the example, parenthesis 5 plus 7 parenthesis plus 3 is equal to 5 plus parenthesis 7 plus 3 parenthesis is equals to 15. Third is the additive identity property. According to this property of addition, if we add 0 to any number, the resultant sum is always the actual number. For example, 0 plus 7 is equals to 7. Now here for the examples. For the first one is 2 plus 1 is equals to 3. Here on the number line, as you can see, we start from 2 and then we count 1 and we get the answer, which is 3. Now, for the second one, 10 plus 3 is equals to 13. Just like the first example, we start from number 10. Then we count 3. So 1, 2, 3. And we get number 13. And that is the answer. Now, for the third example, 3 apples plus 3 apples is equals to 6 apples. So, it's like the first two examples but with just some labels. It doesn't change too much since it is still addition. And for the last example, 3 letter y plus 2 letter y is equals to 5 letter y. Just like the first 3 examples, it is still the same, wherein we start from 3, then count from, and then add 2, then we get 5, which is the answer. Now, we move on to the second operation, which is subtraction. Subtraction is the process of taking away a number from another. It is also a primary arithmetic operation that is denoted by a subtraction symbol and is the method of calculating the difference between two numbers. Now, for the subtraction symbol is one of the important math symbols that we use while performing subtraction. Here in the example, 9 minus 7 equals 2. The minus sign connects the two numbers and completes the given expression. Now we move on to the subtraction formula. When we subtract two numbers, we use some terms which are used in the subtraction expression. First, the minuend. It is the number from which the other number is subtracted. Next is the subtrahend. It is the number which is to be subtracted from the minuend. Lastly, the difference. It is the final result after subtracting the subtrahend from the minuend. The subtraction formula is written as follows. Minuend minus subtrahend equals difference. Now for the examples. 2 minus 1 is equals to 1. So now we start from 2 and we go backwards since it is the inverse of addition. So we go backwards starting from 2 by 1. So 1. And we get 1 as our final answer for this example. For the second example, 10 minus 3 is equals to 7. So we start from number 10, then count 3 times until we get to 7. So 1, 2, and 3. And 7 is our final answer. Now for the third example, 3 apples minus 3 apples is equals to 0 apples. So now, just like the first two examples, we still do it in the number line, starting from 3, then count 3 backwards. So 1, 2, and 3, we get 0 apples. And for the last example, 3 letter y minus 2 letter y is equals to 1 letter y. Now for the third operation, which is the multiplication. Multiplication is an operation that represents the basic idea of repeated addition of the same number. The numbers that are multiplied are called the factors, and the result that is obtained after the multiplication of two or more numbers is known as the product of these numbers. Multiplication is used to simplify the task of repeated addition of the same number. Now for the multiplication symbol. The multiplication symbol is one of the commonly used math symbols. If we observe the expression 6 times 9 equals to 54, the X symbol is the multiplication sign. Apart from the cross symbol or the X symbol, multiplication is also denoted by the midline dot operator and by the asterisk sign. For the multiplication formula is expressed as multiplicand times multiplier is equals to product, where first, the multiplicand, it is the first number or factor. Second, the multiplier, it is the second number which is also another factor. Third is the product. It is the final result after multiplying the multiplicand and multiplier. Lastly, the multiplication symbol. x, which connects the entire expression. Now, for the first example, 3 times 3 is equals to 9. Or it can be also repeated addition, which is 3 plus 3 plus 3 is also equals to 9. For the second example, which is 2 times 4 equals to 8, we count 2 4 times, starting from 0. So, 2, 4, 6, then 8. And that is our final answer. Now, for the third example, 5 times 3 is equals to 15. Starting from 0, we count to 5 3 times. So, 5, 10, 15. And that is our final answer. For the fourth example, it is just like the previous example. So, 3 apples times 3 apples is equals to 9 apples. And for the last example, 3 letter y times 2 letter y is equals to 6 letter y. Now, for the multiplication table, it is a guide where you can use to simply look for the answer if you do not know or memorize still the multiplication and its products. Now, we move on to the last operation, which is division. The division is the process of repetitive subtraction. It is also the inverse of the multiplication operation. Moreover, it is defined as the act of forming equal groups. While dividing numbers, we break down a larger number into smaller numbers, such that the multiplication of those smaller numbers will be equal to the larger number taken. For example, 4 divided by 2 is 2. This can be written as a multiplication fact as 2 times 2 equals 4. For the division symbol, the division is denoted by a mathematical symbol that consists of a small horizontal line with a dot each above and below the line. There are two basic division symbols that represent the division of two numbers. They are the first one, the one with horizontal line and two dots above and below, and the slash sign. For example, as you can see, 4 divided by 2 is 2, and 4 slash 2 is equals to 2 as well. Next, we move on to the division formula. Each part involved in a division equation has a special name. For the first one is dividend. The dividend is the number that is being divided in the division process. Second is the divisor. It is the number by which the dividend is being divided by what is called the divisor. Lastly, the quotient. It is the result obtained in the division process. So as you can see is 4 divided by 2 is equals to 2. Now for the first example, 16 divided by 4 is blank. So as you can see, 16 divided by 4 forms 4 separate groups with 4 circles each. So the final answer is 4. Now, for the second example, 4 slash 2 is equals to 2. First, we start from number 4, then count 2 twice. So 4, 2, then 0. So during the process until we reach 0, we have 2 arrows. So the final answer is 2. For the third example, 15 slash 3 is equals to 5. Starting from 15, we count or skip 3 5 times. So until we reach 0. So 12, 9, 6, 3, and 0. During the entire process, we have 5 arrows. So the final answer is 5. For the fourth example, 8/4 is equals to 2. Likewise, from the previous examples, we start from 8. And we count or skip 4 2 times until we reach 0. So, 4, then 0. So, during the entire process, we have 2 arrows. So, the final answer is 2. For the last example, 12/4 is equals to 3. Starting from 12, again, so we count or skip 4 times until we reach 0. So, 8, 4, then 0. So, during the entire process, we have 3 arrows. So, the final answer is 3. Now, in division, there is what we call remainder. The remainder is the portion of the dividend that is the leftover after division. For example, 5 divided by 2 is 2 with leftover 1, and that is what we call the remainder. Now, here are some references that you may use if you want to look for more information. This marks the end of our lesson. I hope that you have learned something today. Again, thanks for watching and God bless us all.